Hey kids, you're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the SML Podcast. I'm your host, Joe. Joining as usual, we've got Aki here. How are you doing?
I'm fine-ish. I'll be better after today when I actually sleep properly. Hopefully, maybe. We'll find out.
Stay tuned. Also, stay tuned. Jacob will be here eventually. We're sure. Maybe. Who knows? But hanging out with us instead, we've got Bree hanging out. Bree, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourselves?
I'm good. I want to snuggle with Simon because he's sore.
Aww.
Oh, he's still not feeling good from
the
infection thing?
He had an infection and we had to get it drained, and he's on medication and he's just drowsy and he'll wander slowly down the hallway, and I just want to hug him.
He's high as fuck.
He just needs pie.
Yeah.
Catnip pie.
Catnip pie. How are you two doing?
Tired.
Yeah.
You mentioned that.
Same.
How else are you doing? What have you been up to this past week?
Playing review game.
Yeah, same.
I literally haven't done anything but that. I have people, just so you understand just how much I put into my reviews. Since Sunday, I think it was. So 5 days, I've put over 70 hours into one game.
Yeah.
70?
Yeah.
I put a little over 40 into my one game, so yeah.
You know you're supposed to sleep, right?
There's a reason why I'm tired. I really wanted to get the main game done. And I'm really kind of pissed off because I'm not. Still haven't.
Well, I'm excited to hear all about this game. So, yeah.
Well, that's not for what reviews are later.
Yeah, I know.
We got news to tackle first.
We've got news.
We got a lot of news. We gotta fart around until Jacob shows up, though, because
there is that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I did actually do some other stuff. I did some sort of arty stuff, which is kind of big for me. It wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't anything exciting, but I got myself in my art studio, did some painting, and just I don't know, prep some things toward other stuff. Seriously, it's the most boring project I can think of, but it was on my list. I had gotten some free little cabinet thing, and I don't really have a lot of jewelry or anything. I'm not a big jewelry person, but I got a couple things and some cool stuff, and I just wanted a place to organize it. And so I painted this little cabinet and did some decoupage, because that's a fancy word. And
it is a fancy word.
I know.
And you define it for our listeners.
There we go. I'm a very stupid person, and that is a very fancy word.
But yeah,
Decoupage. What the fuck is a decoupage?
Exactly. But yeah, I had some fun with it. So yeah, got some other stuff. Got some ideas for some projects. I'm gonna make a tiara or a crown or something out of bones, and I was collecting some stuff for that, so I can start. I have some plastic bones, and I'm gonna age them and scuff them up and make them look a little more realistic than some white plastic bones. And damn it, I want a tiara that there's this group of ladies that they all get together and they play Tiara Fairy, and I'm not exactly a girly girl, but damn it, no one's ever offered me a tiara, so I'm gonna just show up to one of their stupid tea parties one day with my crown of bones and just be that bitch. So yeah, anyway.
100% approve. That is fantastic.
My crown of bones.
The only thing that could make that better is if they were real bones.
I thought about like saving some chicken bones and stuff, but if I'm going to go through all the work to put it together in the first place, I kind of want to make sure it's going to last. And if I, get into like some big knockdown fight with these ladies, they're totally ladies, right? Not a bunch of bitches. I want to make sure that these things aren't brittle. Like I want it to last. I want to be able to beat them with this crown. Okay. Listen.
I want to draw blood with the crown and then wear it.
Y'all should come to tea parties with me. They're fun.
I can tell. Holy shit.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I want this to happen now. Jacob's still late, so fuck it. Should we just get the news?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Nintendo Direct. We had a Nintendo Direct this past week. Tons of games were shown off. Tons of cool news. They started off with some stuff about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. I didn't pay attention to that because I don't care about Pokemon.
You are correct.
Kind of in the same boat. I was like, okay, cool. Yep. Check. Move on. Skip to the next section.
Honestly, I thought it was a new Pokemon game.
No, paid DLC titled The Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, releasing later this year.
They spent a lot of time, like I watched the video after earlier today, and yeah, I feel like there was a disproportionate amount of time they spent on that for a DLC. But I mean, a lot of people really love it. So yeah,
I rode the fast forward button through the Pokemon stuff, so I don't know how long it was.
It was long. It was
it was. I think it was a bit.
That's what she said. Because you did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic Superstars got shown off again with more gameplay. They showed off the local 4-player co-op, and it is coming out this fall.
I really like that you can switch between the different characters or play it as the different characters, whichever.
Yeah. I liked the co-op thing. That was a cool twist with 4 people.
Yeah, I just like that you can play people other than Sonic. Like my first Sonic game was Sonic 3, I think, which is where you got to choose to play as Sonic, Knuckles, or Tails, and I loved that. I played as Tails and Knuckles constantly because Sonic is boring. So I love any of them that they're like, yes, you don't have to play as Sonic. I'm like, there you go.
Yeah.
And we got to let the listeners know that if you heard Jacob there, that was just a raid from Carnage. It wasn't actually Jacob. Because it is
and
9:05.
He's missing out the ability to talk about Sonic.
It's 9:05 and he's still not here yet.
No,
tisk.
It's a great thing. I don't care.
See if he's messaging me there. Let's see. Anything on Facebook? Nope, nothing. Dick. Palia, a free-to-play multiplayer adventure, was shown off, coming out this holiday.
What did you say it was?
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Persona 5 Tactica got shown off with more gameplay. That's coming out November 17th. That's exciting.
That one should be perfectly fine on the Switch. That one doesn't
Never
look...
played a Persona game, so I don't know the allure of making a tactics version of it, but it looked pretty.
Wish they would release Strikers on Xbox. Strikers is like an action RPG instead of a standard RPG.
I'd probably get along with that more.
Yeah.
I would probably enjoy that more. I would really like to try one of those.
Yeah, I wish they'd bring that one. Myth Force is a first-person roguelike that is inspired by Saturday morning cartoons and is coming out later on this year.
That game looked cool.
Yeah, I love the
visuals in it.
Yeah. Not my kind of game, but
yeah.
If you like roguelikes, it should be great.
Well, and I think one of the things I saw throughout most of the showcase was there's a lot more online that they're doing as far as co-op and that sort of thing. So that's good to see. Gives me hope for some of that platform, I guess.
Welcome, Jacob. You're extremely late.
Yeah.
We're already in the middle of talking about the Nintendo Direct, and I'm not kidding.
That's fine.
Were you
pooping?
Hi.
His life is pooping, so yes, he was.
Yeah. Unfortunately, legitimately, I was.
Why don't you go earlier?
Dude, all right, today has been fucking hell, all right? I was given a huge ass bowl of like oatmeal and like healthy shit this morning, and I swear to God, all day today, like my stomach has been like, "What did you do? Why did you feed us something healthy? What is this?"
Yeah, good fiber helps get it all out.
Yeah. Speaking of, Splatfest was announced from Splatoon.
That was a solid move there.
Yeah, it's been solid moves. Yeah. Thankfully, not a lot of gas.
I don't really care about the Splatfests, but I like anytime I see Splatoon news just because it's the game's just adorable.
Just the timing couldn't have been better for Splatfest. Yeah, it's starting July 14th, and it's going to be between the best flavor of ice cream, between vanilla, strawberry, or mint chip.
And the answer is clearly strawberry.
Not plain-ass chocolate. You know, a good old chocolate Splatfest. Right, Jacob?
No chocolate chunk Splatfest.
Well, if it looks like mint chunk, you've done something horribly wrong.
Yeah, consult your doctor. Although, like, if it's strawberry too.
Yeah.
Well,
or vanilla. Might want to call it.
Actually, none of these. None of those colors are good.
Oh my God. Anyway.
I mean, if it's vanilla, you just need to stop taking it up the butt. You're fine.
Now we're demonetized. Detective Pikachu returns. Got announced.
Yeah, that's the best kind of Pokemon.
Yeah,
gruff talking Pikachu is back.
I like how the Pokemon look in that game. Some of the people look really crap in it. Some of them are okay-ish, but like near the beginning of that trailer, like it showed some people that were on the sideline, and their graphics look real bad. I was like, oh no.
I don't know. We'll see. It's still a couple of months. It comes out October 6th, so they could still be working on stuff like that.
True.
Polishing it up. Next up, this got me fucking thrilled. Super Mario RPG is back and is getting a full-on remake. Best of all, it's coming out in November.
Nice.
Yeah. It looked really pretty. And it looked like it's honoring the original, like almost, shot for shot. In a lot of places, like I feel like that's something they were kind of trying to show with that trailer. It looked really, really cool.
They have the super deformed look in there. They're not hyper realistic. They kept the weird dimensions of everything. It looked,
and it's gonna look
like
good on a small screen.
Yeah.
Or a big screen. It's gonna play really well just with that graphic level. I think that's gonna be a real win.
I am very excited for this one. I wonder if Square's involved with this in any way. Since they created the original game.
I don't. So, I could go the rest of my life and never hear the word Square, and I'd still have heard it too much.
Well, you're going to hear it a few more times. So,
God,
oh no,
damn it!
Peach is also going to be getting her own 2D game with more details coming, and it's releasing next year.
What they showed us of that, I was so excited for.
Yeah, Aki's going to buy a Switch.
I will admit, some of these Nintendo games, I am kind of tempted. Like,
yeah, you are.
I was more excited about the next one.
Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon.
Yeah.
Getting a Switch release next year.
Love me some creepy cute.
That's pretty cool. I'm excited about that.
Yep.
I've always wanted to play those games. They look so fun.
Yeah, I love the original. I think it was on GameCube. I love that game.
Yeah, good stuff. Batman Arkham Trilogy got announced for the Switch for this fall.
I don't know how well that's going to do. I still remember the port job that they did for PC for the Batman games. They were not great, so I don't trust that.
I thought it was only Arkham Knight that wasn't good.
They all started off bad. Just that one is it's literally unplayable. Still to this day, it is unplayable. Yeah, they did not do good, and I don't trust them to port that.
I know. We'll see. Comes out in the fall, so it won't be that long. Gloomhaven was announced for September 18th. That one looked cute.
It looked cute? Am I thinking the wrong game? Wasn't that, like, people destroying things in knight armor and stuff?
You don't think that's cute?
No.
Medieval shit's awesome.
Yeah,
well,
it
yeah,
is.
it's awesome. It isn't cute. At least not when there's no cute ladies there, anyways.
I should introduce you to some people.
Please do.
All right.
Making matches. Just Dance 24 was shown off with more dances. There's actual dance lore in the game, which is kind of crazy. It's coming out October 24th, so Just Dance 24 on October 24.
Is it coming to Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah. You use the little controllers
Joy-Cons.
as your movement. Yeah, the Joy-Cons. I couldn't think of the word. Thanks.
Oh.
It's kind of been that way for a while now, where they use the Joy-Cons as the movement element.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought they had like a camera system or something. And I was like, does the Switch have that?
You used to be able to use your phone. Before that, you had like Wiimotes and stuff. So the Joy-Cons are just kind of like an extension of that. But yeah.
Okay.
Silent Hope was shown off. It is an action Diablo-like RPG that is coming out in October. That one looked pretty cool.
The chibi art kind of threw me on that one. Like, it had this potentially cool story, and
is that the one that looked that was like 2D in a 3D world or something?
Well, yeah, it had like an isometric view or something for part of it, and I don't know. It just there's something kind of off about it to me. Other than that, it looked cool.
Yeah, if it's the one I'm thinking it is, that really messed with my eyes looking at that, because the sprites do not match the world that they're in at all.
Oh,
I could see
I was gonna
that.
say there was the game, like, right? Yeah, they, like I said, the art for the characters kind of threw me. Like, they had two big heads, like they were little Bratz dolls or something, as opposed to being like anime characters, like you would think in a JRPG style game. But yeah.
Fae Farm is a fairy farming game coming out in September 8th.
Yay.
Yay.
I might be over farming games.
I don't know how people are still excited for farming games, to be honest. There's just so many of them, and they're all basically the fucking same.
But cute fairy sprites.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's hard for me to get excited about that kind of stuff.
Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Okay, and there's other stuff to do.
I'm just saying, it's just because you are having this singular love affair with that one game. It's okay to not get excited about other. You can be a one Farm Valley game person. Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think if there's other ones that I really liked, other than Garden Simulator. Yeah, kind of drawing a blank on it.
Yeah.
Well, Story of Seasons comes out next week, so that could be a good one.
We'll find out.
We'll find out on Tuesday.
We'll find out. Ooh.
Yeah. The game that Brooke bought an Xbox for.
Ooh.
Yes,
fancy.
Brooke is now on Team Xbox.
All right.
Thanks to me, actually. We had a spare Series S up in the bedroom that we just weren't really using, and I'm like, Brooke, do you want to buy it?
There you go.
She was like, okay, I'll give you more than you're asking for. And I'm like, why? And she's like, I don't know. So I mailed it and bought it, and then Simon got hurt, and all that money went to the vet.
Oh, well, that was at least fortuitous. I mean, that you got something to offset that.
A little bit, at least.
Yeah.
Roop, you're saying it's on PS Plus as well. So there we go. Good stuff. Rogue Legacy 2 just hit PS Plus this week. So if you haven't played that yet, fucking play it. Rogue Legacy 2 is great.
All right.
They showed off Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. Jacob, what'd you think of that?
He got a chub, I'm sure.
I mean,
I'll have it.
No, I mean, like, I'm looking forward to it. I really do think that it looks like Milestone took notes on like what worked, and they're just improving on it. So I'm really hoping to be wowed with this when it comes out. Although I'll be playing it on Xbox.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't know anything about this game, because the moment I saw it was Hot Wheels, I was like, oh, Jacob's going to have a chub. And then I just fast forwarded through
it. A racing game. It's a fun arcade racing game. The first one was really good. You should try it. I'm
not big on racing games.
No, it's an arcade racing game. It's not just a racing game.
let me put it this way, arcade or otherwise, the only racing game I've ever even remotely enjoyed was Forza Presents The Fast and Furious. That's the only one I've ever liked.
You know that's exactly the same as every other Forza Horizon, right?
No, I did not, because I've never played any of them.
Yeah, they're exactly the same, except they don't have Ludacris in it.
That's a shame. They need to fix that.
Ludacris should be in everything. Manic Mechanics is releasing July 13th. I don't remember this one.
It's overcooked for people who like cars.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Either you're immediately like, yes, or you're immediately like, no.
Yeah.
And that's
I was
all there
more
is for
excited about hearing that there's like a Moving Out 2 coming, but yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Well, it wasn't a Nintendo Direct. It was just something I heard recently.
Okay.
Yeah, like they've got one coming out, so yay. I like that game.
Rupert wants to know, Aki, why you're so obsessed with Jacob's genitals.
I am obsessed with genitals in general, I think.
That's not a defense.
I never said it was. I'm just correcting the statement.
All right, well, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope got some paid DLC, The Last Spark Hunter, and it released today.
Those games look really cute.
They do look cute.
I absolutely hate XCOM, but those games look so adorable.
Gotta get your Switch, Aki.
No.
Oh, man, that's been building up. They redeemed Hydrate like 6 times on me.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince was shown off, releasing December 1st.
And that's just Dragon Quest Pokemon.
Pretty much.
There you go, folks.
Yeah, it's a long-running series. I'm sure most people are familiar with the series, at least in some part.
Yeah,
some part.
I don't think Dragon Quest is usually Pokemon, though, is it?
No.
The Monsters series is.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was its own series.
Yeah, Dragon Quest Monsters has been around since like the Game Boy, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Game Boy Color, maybe.
Not something I've ever touched.
Yeah, I only knew of Dragon Quest. I didn't even know there was a Monsters
I played some early RPGs in the series, but not any of the other stuff.
Yeah.
I have not.
Pikmin 4 got an in-depth look at the gameplay. They showed off the split screen. They showed off battle mode. They showed off some new Pikmin, like the glow Pikmin that show up at night. It is releasing July 21st, so it is right around the corner, and a demo is out next week on the 28th. And even better, Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 hit the eShop that day.
Ooh.
Very nice. All those games look cute.
I've never played a Pikmin game.
Nor have I, but they look so adorable.
They do. They look adorable. That is a good word for it.
They're really, really solid games. If you have a Switch, it's definitely worth picking up. I'm looking up the pricing. It looks like they're $30 each. I was hoping they'd be 20, but $50 for the pair. The 2 games for $50 isn't that bad.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
So, well. All right. What else? Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 was announced for the Switch, releasing October 24th. So I believe that is hitting everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Also hitting the Switch, coming in August 17th, Vampire Survivors.
Yay! More people can join the fiction.
Another platform I could buy the game and lose all my time on. Yay!
Yay!
Even cooler, it's going to have 4-player couch co-op. Yay!
Yay! I would rather it was online, but yay!
It's Nintendo. That's not going to happen properly.
Well, no,
It's Vampire Survivors. That's nothing to do with Nintendo.
Yeah, they're doing couch co-op, everywhere,
Yeah.
I think is what it sounds like, so.
Everywhere except PlayStation. Oh, no. I'm sure PlayStation's going to
Everywhere the game is
by the end of the year, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's a small team over there. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's going to hit PlayStation soon, too. Headbangers Rhythm Royale, where you're a pigeon in a rhythm game battle royale.
That looked like a game you would like, Joe.
Yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
You should try to get that for review and review it yourself. Because I legitimately think you would absolutely love that game.
Probably. Although I have a feeling Tim or Purnell are going to want that too. So.
Very possibly.
Yeah. Penny's Big Breakaway is a 3D platformer by the team behind Sonic Mania. That's releasing early next year on the Switch.
That I liked how that looked. I thought it was really cute.
Mario Kart 8 is getting the Way 5 DLC later this summer, and it's going to feature new characters and a brand new track.
Cool.
So, like, Wave 1 started off with, like, shitty half-assed ports of old courses that had, like, visual issues and whatever else. And then Volume 2, they, like, cleaned everything up and reworked the first courses and made them look better. And then they've been, like, adding new courses, complete new courses in these packs. And, you know, they weren't really doing that to begin with. It was just old courses. Now they're designing new stuff. So that's a nice upgrade.
Very nice.
Yeah, so later this summer for that. After that, they showed Star Ocean, the Second Story R. Bless you. Star Ocean, the Second Story R is getting remade, coming out this November. And they also confirmed it for everything but Xbox. Thanks, Square.
This might actually be the game I was thinking of earlier. That's the 2D and the 3D areas.
Yeah, this is the HD 2D or 2D HD, whatever they call it, HD 2D, whatever. November 2nd for that.
Yeah.
I want this, but I would not be able to play this. This would hurt my head too much after a very short period of time of watching those sprites move around in the world.
I tried to get into Star Ocean when it first came out, and I just couldn't.
I love Star Ocean.
I've never tried.
Fantastic.
Well, Star Ocean 2 is the good one. So this is the really good game in the series. Like, this is the one that made people Star Ocean fans, and the rest of the games they like play out of obligation.
My first one was Till the End of Time, and I fucking loved that game.
Oh, you would love to then, because I didn't like Till the End of Time at all.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought that was so fun.
Oh, well. WarioWare Move It is getting movement-based mini-games. It's coming out November 3rd.
When was the last time they made a Wario game?
WarioWare
It's been a while.
It feels like it's been forever.
It looked like the what was it, Mario Party Wii mini games, but with a focus on like exercise movement type games. And it was just absurd, weird. They kept calling them micro games instead of mini games, but like,
well, that's what,
I don't know,
that's what they've always called the WarioWare games, micro games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I've just never seen like WarioWare, but like, yeah, that was actually pretty exciting to me.
WarioWare is dope. I love the micro game. They're just quick little 5-second micro games. They're not big enough to be a mini game.
They're that short.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the why of it. Yeah, no, those looked really fun. I actually would totally pick that up and make myself look like an idiot.
It's the first WarioWare game since 2018. WarioWare Gold on 3DS.
Okay, so one came out a little. Not a lot, but a little closer than what I originally thought. Because I had figured it had been like about a decade.
Yeah,
it's almost a decade.
Some new amiibo are going to be coming out for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep.
Shocking.
Yeah, I know. Zelda and Ganondorf are getting amiibo. They look really cool. So if you're an amiibo fan, put those on your wish list. And then they ended the show with a brand new 2D Mario adventure called Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Features 4-player co-op. Features Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Yoshi, Toad, Elephant Mario.
Yeah, that was
weird. I have a very important statement / question about this, and it's because they called it Wonder, and I found myself utterly transfixed watching this crazy thing, and I just wonder how many drugs they were taking when they were in pre-pro.
All of them. All of them.
That was really the takeaway. It looked really cool, though.
Like, I can't get past the fact there were 2 scenes in that just, like, my brain kind of melted. One where a fucking, one of the vine mouths came out of a pipe and then just came out of a pipe. Like it just left the pipe and started walking.
Started walking,
like,
yeah.
And the pipe started dancing and like undulating at one point, and yep. It was kind of like a weird, old cartoon Cupheady kind of, vibe to it. And yeah, good drugs.
Yeah.
And then like Daisy was pushing a pipe that one of the football playing Goombas was pushing. And they were just pushing it back and forth. I was like, yes, this is a game I would love.
This one looks really good. Even better, it's coming out in October.
Nice.
So it's just around the corner. That's what I love about this Nintendo event is they showed off so much stuff coming this year. Take notes, Xbox. Release shit this year. 2023 matters still. Speaking of Xbox, Game Pass. New Game Pass update was announced June 22nd. Today, we got Need for Speed Unbound joining EA Play. And the Bookwalker joining Game Pass.
Not familiar with that.
Oh, we will be talking about it next week on the show. So,
oh, is that what I got?
Do you not redeem the codes you get sent?
I usually do, and I was too tired, and I forgot about it today.
Oh,
I was too tired to copy and paste something.
Control V just confuses me. I don't understand how it works. What's the V for? Paste is a P.
I mean, to be fair, I did just wake up. So
it's Control V paste.
Yes, I know.
Control Eat Paste.
V paste. That's what the V is for. V paste.
Okay then.
Yeah. June 27th, Bramble the Mountain King is hitting Game Pass.
Yay.
I need to download that too.
Well, now it's joining Game Pass. And then Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch, is finally hitting Xbox. It's hitting Game Pass.
I don't know that one.
Like a Metroidvania where you have a giant fist.
Okay.
Well, they've sold me already.
Yeah. Also next week, Story of Season, Friends of Mineral Town.
Very nice.
Good to see Story of Seasons joining. And then in July, early July on the 3rd, we're getting Arcade Paradise.
Cool.
A lot of people excited about that one. I know Carnage is pumped about that one.
I would also recommend that one.
Is that the one
excited about that one?
Is that the one where you own a laundromat and you're building an arcade or something?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And they have DLC with more games that you can buy.
Yes.
Kinky.
Including Kung Fury.
Oh,
beautiful.
No.
And then July 5th, Sword and Fairy Together Forever is joining Game Pass.
Yes.
I think this is a really good update, and there's people out there saying like, "Oh, look at all the shovelware they're putting on Xbox Game Pass." Like, what is shovelware on this list? What is a bad game on this list?
None of it.
None of them are shovelware. None of them are bad.
Especially that last one. God, I can't wait.
And there's people who just bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch. I don't get it.
Well, those people clearly don't like Xbox. So.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway, some games are leaving Game Pass. Some good stuff, too. DJ Max Respect V is leaving. Empire of Sin. Match Point Tennis. I know everyone's going to be sad about that one.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, the horror. The horror.
Elysia.
Can't pay my subscription.
I'm kind of bummed about Elysia. I might have to pick that one up. That one looked interesting.
I got that on a sale because I was afraid it would leave before I got to it. So, yeah.
I don't know what that is at all. What kind of game is that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's kind of like a roguelite-ish adventure. It's kind of got this abstract storytelling vibe to it. It seemed like it just had a really cool, like, I don't know.
Okay.
It just had a cool vibe to it. Different kind of storytelling.
Well, I will have to pick it up before it leaves Game Pass so I could save that 20%.
Oh, yeah.
And then Omori is leaving.
Yeah, I'll get that one on sale eventually.
It's like a horror RPG indie.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm interested in that one. And then Road 96.
Yeah, that's
the
one
real
that I've
sad
heard a
thing.
lot of good things about. I grabbed that on sale a while back as well.
Yeah. It's not all bad news, though, because we have worse news.
Oh no.
For fuck's sake, why?
Game
Why?
Pass is going up in price.
Oh
God
yeah.
fucking damn it.
Yep. Basic Game Pass is going from $9.99 a month to $10.99. Game Pass Ultimate from $14.99 to $16.99 a month. The prices go into effect July 6th for new subscribers and August 13th for recurring subscribers.
Ew.
Yeah.
Not a horrific hike though. It's not great, but it's not like, and we're just adding $5 to everything, which
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, you
less
also have to keep in
devastating.
mind, once they get you okay with this price, then they'll probably raise it a
Oh,
little
for
bit again,
sure.
and they'll keep doing that
Sure.
until they've gotten like $20 extra on it.
Until it's
But it'll be so
$24.99 or
gradual.
some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe we just won't make it to that point in our lives. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway.
My big issue is that there's still no official yearly price for Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
stupid.
Everyone's
I
like,
like
oh,
to
well,
buy for
you could
your-
just stack up on gold and do the conversion trick. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
a promotion. That's not an advertised price. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
just get it off CD keys for like $50 a year. I'm not buying off gray market sites. No. And then you just do the conversion trick. And like, that's not a fucking advertised price. That is a promotion that people abuse to get cheap Game Pass. Like, do it, go for it, whatever. Microsoft could clearly turn it off when they want, but that's not an advertised price. They don't have a yearly advertised price.
What's the trick? Because I don't know what this is.
When your Game Pass runs out, buy 3 years of gold and then convert it to Game Pass. Buy a month of Game Pass and it converts all of it to Ultimate.
And they can stop that whenever they
Oh,
want. That's
yeah.
to grandfather for people who were, coming at this, from a different thing to try and entice them to convert over. But, they're eventually phasing out gold or something. Like, that's not going to be an option anymore. So,
Yeah.
If they phase out gold, I would happily pay the price for Game Pass. If they just got rid of the price of gold, I would immediately be like, okay, I'm forever paying for Game Pass. Immediately. I'd be perfectly fine with that.
What's the difference if gold is here or not about getting Game Pass Ultimate? Gold's included in Ultimate.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Ultimate for $15 a month includes Game Pass PC, EA Play, cloud gaming, gold privileges. That's why everybody gets Game Pass Ultimate.
Oh,
Yeah.
the full package plus all the extra perks and stuff that you get. Like, we recently got like the weirdest thing ever, which was like 75 days of Walmart Plus. So I've been having all my groceries delivered to me for free because I don't like going outside of my house more than once a week. And that's been lovely. Thanks, Xbox.
Yeah, their perks are fun. But I don't know. I don't think $2 is a huge deal on the surface, but the lack of a yearly price really hurts them. I can get a year of PS Plus Premium, which is what, $17 a month, $18 a month, $19, whatever, for $120 a year.
Yeah, and I basically just I like to buy it in chunks because I don't want to think about it, and I don't like to not think about it in the sense of it coming out every month. So I'm happier being able to buy it a year at a time because then I know I'm taken care of. So what I typically do like once a year is I go out and I buy my 3 month at a time. Like I buy 4 packs and that's how I load my year. And if I get a sale, great. And then it's a little bit cheaper, but for the most part, I would rather just get here's $120 for the year or whatever, $180, whatever it is. And or 150 would be even, great, but I know that's not where we're at.
No.
Yeah, that's what I like about buying things by years. Usually they give you a little bit of a discount.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like
If they did a year of Ultimate for $149, I would pay it, no questions asked. But having to pay $17 a month individually, I just it's getting to be too much.
Yeah.
Like it's really hitting that point of like, do I really want to pay this every month? So that's why when mine runs out in October, I'm probably going to do another console through All Access because it includes 2 years of Ultimate.
Oh yeah, and you could just
That's
trade
2 years
in.
I don't have to worry about.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
And now we don't have a Series S in the bedroom anymore, so we can just get a new Series S for the bedroom.
There you go.
Get the 2 years of Ultimate.
Mhm.
And then sell that Series S to somebody, and then buy a new one. So fucking weird, Joe. Jesus.
I know. Hey, but I got Brooke an Xbox, so she's...
It's like upgrading the car every 3 years to not have to worry about losing the warranty or something, you know.
Upgrade it every 3 months so you don't have to change the oil.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's a little extreme.
Shit. It's not all bad news, though, because there's still more bad news.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why do
The Series X is also getting a price increase in many markets, including most of Europe. It seems like the US, Japan, like maybe Colombia. There's only a handful of countries where the price is not increasing. So us in the US are safe, but like Australia's going to be paying like $7.99 for the thing. Canada's going to be paying $6.49 for the thing. UK $5.49, I think.
Didn't they already increase the price of it like a couple years ago or something?
No, the PS5 went up in price. And this is basically matching that price increase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really
Yeah. Fun times. More fun times. In an internal shakeup, EA Sports and EA Games are getting split into separate entities, with EA Games being rebranded EA Entertainment.
That was totally my one piece of news. That's awesome.
It was a busy week.
Yeah. Yep.
What did you have to say about this news? What did
just that was kind of on the tail end of them doing some other shakeups internally, where they were like piecemealing out some different studios so that BioWare could focus on stuff, and it's just kind of, you know, interesting to see, you know, why the rebrand and what they're planning to do with that. But yeah,
it should be interesting to see what comes of it. So I don't know. Batten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD remaster got a September 14th release date on the Switch. That's good. Can't wait for that one.
No idea what that is.
Card-based RPGs.
yeah.
That's why. Card-based. All right.
You know what though? Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I actually really liked the first one. So
yeah, give it a shot when you buy your Switch.
I don't like card-based, but I like Batten Kaitos. So yeah.
Okay.
Logan DeMel just joined, but the only news needed for me is more Mario RPG. Fuck yeah. Talked about that a little earlier. I can't wait for that. That looks so good. It looks so good. Can't wait. Ghostwire Tokyo has hit 5 million players.
Nice. Very nice. That's a good game. It deserves that.
I'm still not one of them, but I'd like to get to it eventually.
Oh, you ought to. It's so good.
I'll get to it eventually, too. It's downloaded. I just haven't played it yet.
That sounds about right for you. Like 90% of the rest of your games.
Not 99%. Like 50.
I said 90, but...
Oh, I thought you said 99.
I'm pretty sure I am correct with that.
I'm at like 50%.
I don't 40%. Believe that fuck at all.
Let's see. Chocobo GP was re-released on the Switch with all the unlockables and no microtransactions for $50.
Oh, so they made it a decent game. Okay.
Yeah, they did what they should have done from the beginning and just released it as a fucking game.
Yep.
Yeah. Immortals of Avium is delaying from July 20th to August 22nd.
God damn it.
It's only a month. It's not that bad.
I guess.
Team Ninja announced that they are preparing some form of collaboration with Lies of P.
Yes, I heard about that.
That could be quite interesting.
I can't wait to see what happens.
And then last bit of news I have is Jacob, you and I were part of a fun little Outright Games digital showcase this past week.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was my first press event.
Yeah, we joined. We got about an hour time checking out some new games. We could talk about 3 of them today. And then we saw some video trailers that we'll talk about next week. and we had some Q&A sessions about the games. And first one to talk about, I know you're excited, Jacob, Paw Patrol World.
Yeah, I mean, my kids, I mean, mostly my youngest, but, you know, the older one will still watch. Like, they like Paw Patrol, and honestly, like, this is looking pretty crazy. It's like an open world, like, adventure platforming game, and, like, there's tons of stuff to do. You can drive vehicles all over the place.
Yeah.
You can be, I think, almost all of the pups, and plus you can go to like different lands within like the Paw Patrol stuff. So yeah, like this is looking a heck of a lot better than the Adventure City Calls game. So
I know it was one of the questions that was asked, but I have to agree. I wonder if this is going to be a little too intense for most Paw Patrol gamers. Like the whole open world aspect. I wonder if kids are just going to get lost.
I mean, they said that there's going to be like a system in there to tell you like, you know, where you need to be going, and like there'll be waypoints for you to follow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the other thing is too, you have to remember like the Paw Patrol, like the kids who are into Paw Patrol are growing up. It's been around for a while. And so like, if they want to keep those kids in with the brand, you know, they do have to make bigger stuff. And
true.
Like this might be a game where like siblings can play together. So
very true. A game I know siblings can play together is Jumanji Wild Adventures.
This looks like it's going to start fist fights.
Tell me more.
Jacob, tell us about what's going on in Jumanji.
So it is a 4-player, or up to 4-player, like party, like action adventure title. And it's essentially like you like are collecting treasure, but also like beating up on like whatever obstacles come your way, but also trying to survive like environmental hazards as well. And how they were explaining it was that like no two runs in the game are going to be the same. Like there'll be like initial like starting and finishing points, but after that, or everything in between is randomized. Yeah, like it looks fun.
Sounds fun. It sounds fun. I would play that at a tea party where the winner gets a crown of bones.
Love it.
Yeah, and best of all, The Rock is going to be in it. Well, his likeness, at least.
Or vague likeness.
Hey, the first game it looked like him.
They did a good one. Yeah, I thought they did a good job with him last time.
It looks pretty.
I didn't know if like they had actually like paid for his likeness.
I'm pretty sure they actually paid for his likeness to get it in the game. They just, I'm pretty sure they didn't get the voice because that's probably a bit too much.
That's fair.
But we have a soundboard, so
Hey, you all right?
That's right.
All right.
You all right. That's for my friend Jen. And then one other game we could chat about that just went public today as we're recording this, Transformers Earthspark Expedition.
That's a mouthful.
Yes. Jacob, you were excited about this one, yes?
Yeah, so it's an action-adventure game featuring Bumblebee, and I think it's based off of the current show or an upcoming show. I'm not sure. But yeah, like it's just you running around and like, you know, blowing up stuff, killing all, like, you know, killing Decepticons. Yeah, like it looks really neat. I had a few questions about it that like they said that, oh, we'll get back to like those questions. They haven't gotten back to my questions. But like I was curious whether it was going to be like previous Transformers games where it's like, yeah, like technically you're only able to play as Bumblebee, but like, are there going to be like skins to unlock, or can you play as other characters via skins, or you know?
There's a chance that stuff's not settled on yet. There's a chance they might be working out licenses to get stuff like that. I know you mentioned asking about toys. It's possible that they might still be working out deals to get production on stuff like that. You know, it's
but Joe,
still early.
The thing is that the thing is like those toys are like being produced right now for like the fall release. So
well, the toys are, but the packaging isn't. sure the packaging is done closer to release.
No.
You think they're really doing like the paper packing like right now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, all that stuff sits in warehouses until it's ready.
I don't know, or maybe they just can't talk about it yet.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
Yeah. You never know.
But yeah, that was a previously unannounced game, and there's 2 more that we get to discuss next week. But
that we
can't. It was really exciting.
Can't talk about it.
I know we can't.
If you talk about it, I'm going to shoot you with a rubber band gun.
Ooh.
You're going to have welts.
I'm not even in the same town as you.
Details.
Are you within catapult range? Because I can make that happen.
No. I'm not within catapult range. Also, why do you have a catapult?
Well, actually, I used to own a trebuchet, but I couldn't keep it anymore because I didn't have a yard or really a place to use it. So I gave it to some frat boys over at Fraternity Row at my old university. But yeah, I used to own a trebuchet. Facts.
You're one of the most interesting people I know. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, but Aki, you live out in like Bumblefuck, Oklahoma, so
glad we're still talking about kids' games.
What? Kids don't listen to our show. You know that.
And if they do, what the hell? For shame, parents. For shame. Why are you letting your kids watch anything
this was an outright games section of the show. We could have been like, all right, we're done talking about outright games. Get your kids out of the room because Jacob's going to say the fuck word.
Well, you've just said it too.
I know, because Jacob already did.
Oh, so if I do it, it must be okay?
Yeah.
Jeez, what the heck?
No, you did it, so the segment is
whatever.
over.
I'm telling Mom.
Yeah, you would.
Joe said the F word. Stop it.
I'm still just focused on trebuchet. You would think that irritates me. It doesn't.
Aki and a trebuchet sitting in a tree. I don't know how they got up there scientifically.
I love that.
All right. Any other news?
No.
Are we seriously not going to talk about like Sony's like crap?
I didn't. Sony, the whole FTC, Microsoft, Activision hearing was today, right?
That started today,
I know, but the private emails that like came out,
like I didn't follow all this stuff. Like, part of me is just so tired of this drama.
Summary. Yeah,
I want the cliff notes of the whole thing.
The emails that came out were basically from some of the top people in Xbox/Microsoft that were like, "Oh yes, this is how we're going to push Sony out of the market by buying this company," which is realistically just the dumbest fucking
normal
thing. Yeah, that's
trying to be better than our competitors.
Sony also had emails that said, "We don't think that this is actually going to be a big issue. Yeah. This is fine."
Those are the ones I heard about where Jim Ryan was like, "We don't think this acquisition is going to cause us to lose Call of Duty. It's not a big deal. Obviously, we wouldn't like to see it happen, but it's not a big deal if it does." And then in public, Jim Ryan's like, "Oh, this is going to be bad for the industry because they're going to take Call of Duty away from us." Yeah, where on the flip side, they said they will not provide dev kits to Activision for the PS6 if they're owned by Microsoft. So they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they just don't want it on their system anymore. So, hey, Microsoft should just say, okay, if you don't want them to make games for your console, then, well, here, we've solved your problem.
Oh, and Thimber was saying that those emails you were talking about, Jacob, were from like 2019.
Oh, wow.
So, like, long before the acquisition was even, like, talked about. So, I don't know. What else is there with this situation?
Nothing, because this is eventually going to end in Microsoft's favor. They're eventually just going to buy the fucking company. We
don't know. They could be blocked. Yeah. I mean, the CMA is still refusing it over in Europe, in UK.
Yeah,
UK specifically. The rest of Europe is fine with it.
Yeah, I was going to say. I thought the European Commission was fine with it. It's the UK, and the UK stuff is like bullshit reasoning.
Oh, it is, but they're still trying to block it.
Yeah, see, this is the great thing. If they get it okayed in the US, which I think they will, they're probably just going to ignore the UK one and just be like, what are you going to do? Ban Microsoft things? You know, the stuff that most of your country fucking runs on our goddamn computer? Shut up. They don't care.
I don't know.
They're going to be forced to pay $100 million fine. Woo! They make a few billion in profit a year. They don't fucking care. So stupid. It's such a waste of time.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with the FTC, but I'm hearing rumors it could go either way. People are like, oh, well, this is cementing it for Microsoft, and others are saying like this is absolutely proof that they're not going to get it. I think if they don't buy Activision, it's going to cause bigger problems than if they do buy Activision. I think the ripple effect of them getting shut down is going to be much worse than if they just bought the company and kept their deals of like, we're going to keep bigger games on other platforms. I mean, look at Bethesda. How many remasters have come out for multiple platforms? There's talk that Quake 2 has been rated for all platforms.
No, it did. It got leaked before QuakeCon.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That's why I just said it was
leaked. That's what a leak is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just imagine, you know, if they say no to this, then Microsoft's going to be like, okay, all this money we were going to use to buy it, we're now using just to make sure this company never produces anything for PlayStation literally ever again. We're just going to pay for forever.
Pay for exclusivity instead of buying if they get rejected on buying Activision, part of me hopes Microsoft goes scorched earth and just spends money on every publisher they can to lock up every game they can.
Yep.
If Sony wants to play dirty back. Yeah. So, I
mean, Microsoft's
it's like Democrats and Republicans. If Republicans want to play dirty, Democrats got to play dirty back, and they haven't been.
And I don't know if they ever will.
That's a story for another podcast. Any other news? Or should we dive into reviews?
Let's dive in.
Because we only got 4 games to talk about tonight. It's not a big lineup.
Not at all.
Yeah,
no. Totally. I'm tired. Fuck off.
First game to talk about tonight is Park Beyond, developed by Limbic Entertainment, published by Bandai Namco Europe. Released June 15th on Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC for $49.99. Park Beyond is a theme park simulation game that gives you the freedom to create and manage the park of your dreams. Whether you love to manage finances and visitor experience or just create fun and cozy parks, this game has something in store just for you. Bree, tell us about your time with Park Beyond.
So yeah, Park Beyond, as obviously was already said, is a park management game where you get to build your dream park and beyond. The game starts you off with like a campaign mission to learn the ropes of what the game has to offer and what it might take you beyond, I keep using that, the norm for the park sim management game style. But overall experience, it's pretty like solid entry into the realms of this game, like Planet Coaster or Roller Coaster Tycoon. But he did have some issues with it. So there's two modes, sandbox and campaign. For most people, I'd say the draw really is the sandbox stuff. You get to build your dream park on a theme or test the boundaries of management styles, build wild custom coasters. And the sandbox mode, I didn't spend as much time with that because I feel like that's just kind of like an infinite amount of possibilities for me. And I tested the limits of a couple of different things in there. They give you the opportunity to add different difficulties, give yourself infinite money, have like a no stress mode. That's
my kind of
really,
mode.
Yeah, and that's really where I think my interests lie. I'm not as interested in the difficulties of the management. I really like the creative aspect of it. The sandbox, at its core is, hey, I just want to like see what I can build and see all that stuff. So I really enjoyed that. And I will say it was very cool. You can zoom in on pretty much everything and see that it's a really living, breathing park. And I went back and kind of watched some people's footage from the betas and stuff on PC. And there are some differences I felt between what is available on PC to what's available on console. And I did get to play this on Xbox. So, I still felt like there was a lot that I could do as far as zooming in and seeing individual things. but maybe the Xbox didn't handle it all that well. There are a fair amount of customization options like music changes, pricing, colors for all of your rides. You can, of course, build like gigantic, ridiculous coasters that span a whole park in your sandbox mode. Lots of different theme items to play with. I would say one of the cool things we could potentially see come out of this, coming from Bandai Namco, is what their licensing has to offer for rides and themes. And I was given the starter DLC pack that comes with this for Pac-Man and Zombieond. So I got a bunch of Pac-Man rides and elements so I could create like a little Pac-Man section, and the rides were really cool. And like I was saying, as far as like you can zoom in on things, like you do have the opportunity to even jump in on the rides and ride it from the perspective of one of the riders, which is really cool. So you can really kind of put yourself in your little people's shoes. There's good heat maps as far as what people need for the management elements if you're interested in that side of it. The zombie stuff was kind of lacking so far. There might be more there. And for me on a personal level, I really I want to build my biggest spooky horror themed park, and there just wasn't a lot for that there. There was like a haunted mansion. So I'm hoping comes that's available. We'll have more expansion stuff in the future. That was pretty cool.
I just want to know one thing. Can you build Mr. Bones Wild World?
It's not quite to that level of detail so far as I know, but it's definitely it's a good overall entry into this. I think that there's some limitations that we're going to find on console for a game of the scope and depth and detail that it wants to deliver. Where I spent most of my time to be able to understand the game was the campaign mode. It gives you a bit of flavor of the overall game. It has this basic story where you're like a visionary hired by a bunch of people who are passionate about parks, just trying to save a dying company. I feel like I've heard that before. And they need some innovation to stay cutting edge with their parks. And that's, where you come in. And the dialogue's a little corny. But it was pretty fun so far. There's 8 missions that serve really, I would say, as an extended tutorial for the functions of the game and what would make it different from other park sims. And what makes it different? Are you guys ready for this? Impossification.
I thought you were about to say unique.
No, I actually used the word unique at one point, and then I scratched it from my notes because I decided to just really push the beyond as my unique word in this. And then even that, I started scratching that out because I was like, okay, yeah, I'm already bored with this. But no, impossification. All right.
What is that word? I don't know that word.
All right. Well, it's their word, impossification. You get to impossify everything. So as you meet certain challenges, you gain amazement factor for your park. And that amazement inspires your zany engineer to amp your rides, staff, and shops to like a whole new level. So your wandering entertainers can suddenly become like a jetpack-driven animal mascot. Your janitors become like a brigade of trash incinerating soldiers, but like in a fun way, not in a scary way. Right? There was some headless like candy man. I don't really know what that was all about, but that's going in the spooky park. There was some like I don't know. There was a bunch of fun different options, and I'm hoping that there will be more stuff that they'll come up with the Impossify DLC wise or down the road. Your shops can gain innovations in serving, or just they'll get these decorations you put within that are things that would draw people in, like a sparking fountain of soda. Just like a really cool zany stuff. But then the rides are really where the impossification shines. Your coasters can include these giant ramps to launch people over gaps in the rails that you leave. You can shoot cars out of cannons.
Okay, I approve of that, at least. I don't want to be jumping any gaps in a no thank you.
If you guys are familiar, like every park has some sort of Viking or pirate ship boat ride that like swings back and forth and maybe spins around. So it'll suddenly break into 3 parts and tentacles will sprout up from the fake water on the side and try and like swat at people. And that's like the impossification for that. You have like a star spinner pendulum swinging ride, and the actual part where all of the riders are sitting will actually spark and fly up into the air and like flip and then land back on the pendulum. And so they just, and you can impossify your roller coasters. They have some pre-made ones too, if you're not into like the big coaster stuff and you want to focus on the management side. And again, once you impossify these things, you can still go in and check out what it looks like on the ride, because these are pre-programmed things that just make them like extra fun.
Cool. I like the sound of this. This sounds interesting.
But then we get to the butt. Getting through the campaign mode felt like a slog. It takes a good while before you get the ability to even learn about the impossifications. It's like the 4th mission out of 8. I learned a lot more about the impossifications through the sandbox mode, because once I realized that there was like this level I was missing to the game, I was like, okay, let me go spend some time over there with like endless mode and see what I can come up with. And I had learned enough about, fiddling with the different management stuff that, that was how I found out how all the cool different things worked and what they looked like. And I just ran around putting down, different rides and different shops and seeing what all the different impossifications were, which was really fun. And I've got about 40 hours between the modes. And some of why I didn't get as far is because the issues I started having with the campaign were things stopped registering, like exits and entrances to rides kind of mysteriously disconnected, which meant the rides shut down. And then I started hemorrhaging money. Or they would give you these seemingly impossible objectives for materials or shops to build up your money and fulfill the objectives of the scenario that you have to get through to get to the next section. And it just started to kind of get a struggle. And you had these like throwaway challenges. I had to build a shop on a plateau that made no sense with the landscape of what they had been trying to get me to do before. And again, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to lose some money in this scenario to move on and learn this section of it. But okay, I can sell some stuff. Great. I'll get some money back and then just, do the good park stuff that I know how to do and then complete the scenario and move on to the next thing. Except I had to go cook dinner. And when I came back to my save, I could no longer delete things. And the money hemorrhaging meant that basically I had to completely restart the campaign mission. And that was the second time I had to restart the campaign mission to get through it.
No.
So there's some frustrating stuff. I did have some dashboarding. Some shops would lose their values. I could no longer customize or interact with like the menus. There were some zoom issues where I would get stuck in the terrain, and some audio issues that made it sound like my speakers had blown on the TV. But then I heard the same thing in my headphones later, and I was like, oh, that was the game. In the beginning, I also found the menus and the control scheme to be a little less intuitive than I thought they should be. But eventually, I figured out how to kind of mash the right buttons, and there wasn't usually... There's like an undo button, which was really good. So again, I feel like a lot of these issues might not be present if you were playing this on, say, a decent gaming PC, but I don't have the ability to compare those two. If they were to address those issues, though, I think it's a pretty solid, entry into the style of game. And again, I would really love to see what they might bring from the Bandai Namco licensing to add fun things to the park. And I really love the impossifications. And so, yeah, I mean, I did run into some issues, but it's also pretty new. And again, when you're trying to build things that work on multiple platforms, sometimes you run into that stuff. And yeah.
Well, it is a $49.99 game. They also have a deluxe version that has the season pass for $79.99. What are your thoughts?
Well, I would say that it's at least a try it, and there was a free trial, at least on Xbox, so you can in fact do that and make sure that it's right for you. I don't know exactly what the trial entails, but just I would say it's a good maybe, good solid maybe, or wait for a sale. I thought it was overall good. I'm hoping to see some of those patches that are going to really address those performance issues. But overall, good entry into the park management sim style games.
Cool. All right, Bree, that is it for you. You going to stick around to the end, or are you heading out?
I am going to head out and go do some stuffs with some peoples. But thank you for having me on.
What are you doing tonight?
Look at you having a social life.
I know. I'm going to go play some party games like What the Dub and stuff. So I know, but I will be listening later to hear the other games you guys were working on. So
hurry this shit up and maybe I'll join you.
All right. See you guys soon.
Do you have any final words?
Y'all should at least once in your life launch a watermelon out of a trebuchet, or have a tea party where you beat people with a crown of bones. I highly recommend.
I want to launch a person out of a trebuchet.
There's an entire thing
you out of one?
about these people with catapults that were testing like physics, and they launched fake people, like whether they were bound or unbound, determined how far they went. They also launched like many pounds of spam, both in the can and I should go find this data for you. You'd probably find it amazing.
That sounds fantastic. I would love that. Please do.
Yeah, go find your local medievalists and do crazy things with siege engines. It's fun.
I don't know if there are any of those here.
There are. I'll tell you more later in a private chat.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Kinky.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Next game.
Get in on that dirty trebuchet chat.
Trebuchet chat.
Oh, yeah. We're going to launch all kinds of stuff.
Fucking yeah!
Gonna launch them.
Fall into the abyss of my gaping butthole.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm going to be standing out in the middle of like a empty cornfield. You know,
you bend over and it's just like a gravity field sucking things into your asshole.
It has its own, because of its mass, it has its own force of gravity.
Gotta love it. Anyway, next up, Crime Boss Rockay City, developed by InGame Studios, published by 505 Games, released June 15th, Series X and S and PS5 for $39.99. Rockay City, a thriving metropolis with excitement buzzing from Sandy Bay to the towering skyscrapers, but beyond the glamour, there's a fierce turf war raging on. Jacob, tell us about your time in Crime Boss Rockay City.
So, Crime Boss Rockay City, at least in the way that the trailers look, it wants you to think that it's going to be like a star-studded Grand Theft Auto clone. And it kind of is, although honestly, it takes notes from Grand Theft Auto, Payday, and honestly, like the whole division of the cities kind of thing. It reminded me of the Godfather 2 game from way back in the day on Xbox 360. If you remember that. No? Okay. Yeah. I'm the only one who played it. That explains much, actually.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Rupert's question.
What's up?
Did they search in your ass for the missing submarine? That's how it imploded, actually, by entering his ass.
I had too much fiber and, just everything closed up.
Crushed. This is definitely more Payday than Grand Theft Auto in my eyes. And I wish they would have been more upfront with that in the marketing, because I expected this to be a GTA style game, and it wasn't. And it caught me by surprise. We played this when Doc Havoc was here hanging out for the weekend. We fired this up, and we were all like, wasn't this supposed to be like GTA or something? And instead we're in a group with 3 other AI characters trying to heist a building. I gotta say, I wasn't a fan of the tutorial. The tutorial didn't really explain that much or explain it well. It didn't, and even better is when Ian was trying to do the lockpicking tutorial, the game didn't pause. They had the tutorial popped up,
just keeps going,
telling you how to do it, and all of a sudden the door got kicked open and a guard started shooting us. We're trying to learn how to lockpick.
Yep. Nope. You got to learn it on the fly.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Oh my God.
And so it's a lot of these missions that are just strung together with a storyline that's not really there. And the missions are more or less just like, all right, go here, get the stuff that we need, like whether it's jewelry or drugs or whatever.
All the drugs.
Get them, throw them into the van, shoot up everybody, maybe if you want, or you could be stealthy about it. And it's just
the weird
like
thing with the
stealth
campaign is it's a roguelike campaign, so
which is
always
such a pain
changing.
in the butt. It's an absolute pain in the butt because on top of it, like you're gonna die frequently in this game.
Means losing everything you did.
And
we
so
we
you're gonna have
played
to sit
for
through a
4
lot of
hours building up an empire and like going through doing these missions, failing some of them, winning some of them, like hiring people, and then he died and we started back from zero and we were just like, what else can we play?
That. Yeah. That's
that's
terrible.
the thing. It's like after you die, like during a mission, and the thing is that it's like it never felt like it was ever going to be skills based. Like everything was either just really simple or like the AI is just going to throw like a ton of people at you forever until you're dead. And it's just
bad game design.
It was, and it's just like with the level design, it was just no part of it ever actually felt inspired, and it's just all right, here you go shoot up some stuff. Like it something to really focus on is don't skip cutscenes, because if you do, you're going to start a mission and not know what to do, because that cutscene actually had information that you needed to know. But you're going to have to sit through a bunch of cutscenes. And they're not all cutscenes well acted, which is a big problem. Which is what I was about to get to next. Considering the money that they had to shell out for some of the people in this game, some of Kim the voice Basinger, acting. Michael Madsen, Chuck Norris, Vanilla Ice.
Michael Madsen.
Danny Trejo.
Like this the whole fucking game. He's talking like he had like 40 cigarettes and then just gonna shoot a bunch of people, but his face looks like he's 20 years old and he sounds like he's 65.
Yeah, it's just, and the thing is that like the conversations. That's my impression of them from the game, by the way. I'm pretty sure that they were like everyone recorded their lines separately, because it never once feels like an actual conversation. Well, that's how most games record voice acting, but they shouldn't have done it this time. Yeah, it's not often when voice actors actually work together on their projects. They usually just record separately, isolated, and just patch everything together. But I swear to God, they probably just went to like a movie premiere, found Chuck Norris, and were like, "Hey, can you read these lines into a phone real quick?" Because it felt like he phoned everything in, literally. Chuck Norris would just talk like this. He got you, and that's the end of the game. Yep. That sounds so disappointing. I had hopes for this game. I had high hopes for this game. I mean, all right, here's the thing. I wasn't expecting gold from this, but I was also expecting it to be better. Like, this is definitely a game where it feels like they spent money on the celebrity cameos, and we're hoping that that would be enough to carry the rest of the game. Yeah. I don't know.
The cameo sucked.
The thing is, they're not just cameos; they're big parts. Well, like, right. They're meaty roles in this game. Like Michael Madsen, he's not just like recording a few lines. Like, he did the full game. Chuck Norris has tons of dialogue. Kim Basinger has tons of dialogue. Michael Rooker, tons of dialogue. Danny Glover even has an achievement named after him. Like, too old for this shit.
Apparently, it should not.
It just...
Yeah, like too old for acting.
It had so much potential, and I feel like it was wasted potential, because the gameplay just didn't match up to anything that I had hoped it would be. And I think the biggest problem is the roguelike gameplay, which is supposed to be its unique asset and its different take on the formula, but it just makes the game an unpleasant chore to play, because once you lose all your progress the first time, you never want to go back.
No, if that happened to me, I'd be like, fuck this game.
After 4 hours, we lost our progress. No lie. I told Ian, delete it.
Yeah, no, that would piss me off so much.
It's disappointing, but $40, Jacob, what's your verdict?
Unfortunately, this is no from me. Like, I think that there's parts of it that work and are worth checking out, but that, like, the roguelite thing is just, it's not a good selling point for this. No. Like, it's not a challenge. It's a Sisyphean task. And, like, it's just, no, hard pass.
This isn't a genre where you want randomness. This is a genre where you want a cohesive plot and a driving force to stick through the game. And it just didn't have that for me. I got to agree with you to just skip this one. If it were $20, maybe jump on a sale and see if you and some friends could get into it. Because it does have online co-op. So if you've got some buddies, you could
who you hate
party
enough
up and play together. I wouldn't say that you hate enough, but if enough people bought this, that there was an actual community of people playing it, I could see there being some fun out of it. But at $40, I can't give it a try. It's a deny it in my eyes.
Oof.
Yeah. Next game, The Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition, developed by Obsidian, published by Private Division, released March 7th on Xbox Series X and S and PS5 for $59.99. As you explore a space colony, the character you decide to become will determine how this player-driven story unfolds. In the colony's corporate equation, you are the unplanned variable. Aki, what is going on in The Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition?
Okay. First,
we should point out this is part 1 of our coverage because the game is fucking massive.
That was the first thing I was going to touch on. Everyone here knows I kind of like to finish the game before I do my review because I like to finish the game. I try to 100% it if I can. Let me explain to you just how big this fucking game is. I've been playing since like either Saturday night or Sunday, and I've put around 70 hours into this game up to this point. I've barely slept this week because I wanted to get this done. I'm still not done with the main game. I don't even know how far away from the end of this I am. Like, I'm not even at a level because the DLCs are, you should be this level to play it. I'm not even at that level yet for the first one.
Wow.
And I've played this for 2 days, 19 hours, and like 30 something minutes. I have put time and then more time into this game, and I'm still not done. Okay, folks, this is a huge, sprawling motherfucker. So in this, you play as someone that you get to create from this spaceship called Hope, and you're being woken up by this scientist to hopefully help him save the rest of your people because he used a bunch of chemicals that he ran out of to revive you in the hopes that you wouldn't randomly explode because he's been trying this before. And those have been the results prior to you. So, in this is a first-person shooter with RPG mechanics. They're kind of odd mechanics. So you have all these different stats that you can level up. Every level you get 10 points to level up these stats. And they're not like, oh, I'm leveling up strength, I'm leveling up dexterity. No, this is like, I'm leveling up hacking, or lockpicking, or persuasion, or lying, or intimidation, or being able to hit things harder with one hand, or two hands, or this type of long-range weapon, or this one, or this other one, or maybe I just want to be sneaky and steal and stab people in the back. Like, you get a bunch of different things you get to level up. And you have been dropped on Terra 1 or Terra 2, something like that, and told, hey, survive. Basically. And this is a dystopian hellhole. Exactly what America is aspiring to become one day. Corporations own every thing. Like you get injured and you have to pay the corporations because you fucked up. You die, you have to pay the corporations because you died, and also pay them for your grave spot. And oh yeah, if someone kills themselves, guess what? Everyone around them has to pay a fee because of that. Like, this is a dystopian fucking hellhole. And now you, being a normal person, are like, what the fuck is going on with this shit?
Speaking of what the fuck is going on with shit, I think one of my cats took one, and I am like suffering over it. I'm checking the floor to make sure they didn't poop in here. Jacob, are you visiting?
No. I am still safely in
God.
my own house.
Oh my Lord, it is bad over here.
If you need to pause this for a moment and go find that and put it somewhere the fuck else, you go right ahead. I totally understand.
No, the show must go on. Jesus. Oh my God.
I am so glad I can't smell anything.
It is so bad tonight. What did you eat? Oh my God.
In this, you get to interact with people, and they'll send you on quests sometimes. And every planet you visit, because you do get to visit multiple planets, has usually at least 2, sometimes more, different factions in it. Lots of them are almost all of them have one that's a company. And it's really up to you if you want to suck corporate cock or not. That's, totally up to you. Then there's usually a group that stands in stark opposition of them because they're right and they know what they're doing. Sometimes you can raise both group up, which I've found is really cool, because there are often ways of dealing with situations that isn't like fuck you or fuck you. It's fuck both of you, but only very little. Otherwise, really good job, you two douchebags. Which is fantastic. You get to buy a lot of gear, and as you level up, you get more gear. So it's not like just tied to like, oh, you can only, as you increase your stuff with this faction, you can buy new upgrades for this faction. No. As you level up, you can buy gear. Every different company has its own gear, because in this world, you are owned by whatever company you work for. You don't get to leave. The moment you are born, you are an indentured servant to whatever company you're part of. And you can only buy their goods, period. It doesn't matter how shitty they are or anything. You buy their goods and their goods only, motherfucker. So, like, all of them have, like, their own version of, like, the same type of some of the same outfits. Like, all their soldiers wear the exact same stuff, but in different colors. And you can buy it in all the colors of the fucking rainbow. I know, because I'm anal and I've done that. I don't suggest anyone do this. It's a waste of money. There's no purpose in doing it. I have to have one of every version. I'm stupid. A few different companies have weapons. Surprisingly, not all of them do. So as you level up, you get access to better stuff. But most of your strength and increase in power and stuff is mostly going to come from you leveling up whatever skills you're choosing. I'm playing this on the easiest difficulty because I wanted to get through this as fast as possible, and that's fucking done me absolutely no goddamn good. So, I've put basically nothing into all my different stats related to the doing of combat. Instead, I've put it all into, like, I want to pick locks, I want to hack computers, I want to talk down to people and make them love me. And stuff like that. So, like, I'm probably about the weakest you can get in the game, and I'm just tearing through it. It's fantastic. There's sometimes you do have to go against, the corporations, because they'll have soldiers and they decide they want you dead sometimes. And hey, that's fun. You get to kill some people. Lots of times, if you're killing people, it's usually like marauders who are often cannibals as well, because why not? But otherwise, most of what you're killing are either robots that have gone insane, we'll say, or have been programmed to do bad things, or beasts on these different planets. There's a moderate amount of difference with the beasts. There's only like 2 robots that I've seen, and usually when you're fighting marauders, they're all basically the same. There's like 4 of them. And then when you're fighting, the companies, there might be like 3 or 4 different types of soldiers, and just in different colors. But yeah, this is a pretty sprawling narrative thing that you can put as much or as little into as you want. I mean, realistically, you could probably just go through the main game. I've heard apparently you can beat this game if you're doing speedrun tricks in like 20-something minutes. How? Speedrunners, fuck all of you, and how? But otherwise, you're going to be putting a lot of time into this because you're going to need to level up, especially if you're playing on anything other than the lowest difficulty, because I've died a bunch on easy and at a decently high level, and I've died a bunch of times. Thankfully, it just restarts you at whatever your last checkpoint is, and they put a bunch of these. I think the most I've lost is like 20-ish minutes worth of work, which I just was like, I don't fucking care. And I've gotten quite into the habit of saving, because you can save anywhere at any point. You can save in the middle of a firefight if you want. Why you would choose to do that, I have no fucking clue, but you're welcome to. And it saves really quick. It loads really quick as well, which is nice. And yeah, when you're on the planet, there's no loading. Once you're on the planet's surface, you're there. There are occasionally buildings that you can enter that are specially designed to be their own contained little area, but most of the buildings you enter, you just open the door and walk right in. Everything is already loaded. It is pretty amazing, realistically speaking, on a technical standpoint. Lots of the conversations can be kind of funny. You can get a handful of allies that you can choose to recruit or choose to tell them to fuck right off. For your ship, 6 of them to be exact. 3 ladies, 2 guys, and a robot. And throughout the game, you can have 2 of your allies with you at any given time, and you can choose that anytime you leave your ship. They are not silent. They will talk as you walk around, as you fight, as you find things. Like, if you pick a lock, they might be like, oh, that's awesome, you're really quick at that. Especially since, like, picking locks in this isn't a minigame. It's just, do you have the stats for it? If so, hold X for a little while. And it like, I've popped locks that in like 1 to 4 seconds. Same for stealing, same for hacking stuff. You just hold X, and it'll tell you how long you have to hold it, and then you're done. And I pop really hard locks in like 1 second, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're so amazing," and stuff. And I'm like, "Yes."
Are you a breakdancer with how you pop and lock?
I wish. There is only one thing that saddens me about this game is there aren't any romances between you and any of the companions, because oh my god, the companions are so cute. One of the first ones you get is this little mechanic girl who, she's just this mousy little, like, your heart goes out to her, because clearly she is not particularly well respected where she is and stuff, and she's just this nice, sweet person who just is so optimistic, and I'm like, you are so fucking cute, and I love you. And you can't romance her, and it makes me so sad. But otherwise, it's really good. I like the amount of weapons there are. This doesn't have like, oh, here's 50 billion weapons. There's like a good solid like 12 or so of them. You get a couple different types of shotgun, a pistol, a couple different types of, assault rifle, minigun, hunting rifle, stuff like that. Usually there's a lower tier version of it and then a higher tier. So like there's the hunter's rifle, and then there's a plasma carbine and a Deadeye assault rifle or sniper rifle thing. And those are the 3 rifles. And then obviously as you level up, each one of them has its own upgraded version of it. And it's just really which one is more your speed. So yeah, there's a bunch of different attack types in it. There's, standard physical damage, there's electrical damage, there's corrosion damage, plasma damage, which is fire damage. And then they have their own little special damage that's just this game that's called in damage. And it's purple, and every time you get hit by it, you take basically a debuff that makes you take more damage from each successive hit to you. Which really fucking sucks because some of the enemies at the very beginning of the game have it. So be careful because they will fucking chew you up something fierce. Thankfully, though, you can get mods for your weapon, which is great. And one of them is you can also equip and damage yourself. There's also weapons that deal that. So you're not the only one that gets fucked by this. You can fuck others with this too. And trust me, if you get it, you will fuck others. You're laying all the pipe. So yeah, personally, I've found I really, and it took me a long time to find this because I started with just the basic pistol and melee weapon you get. I started with those for a long time, just getting the better versions of them as they became available without trying any of the other weapons. And then I started trying other weapons, like 40-ish hours into the game. I'm like, oh, I found a better weapon. So play with the weapons. See if you like other things. Don't be stupid.
Did you see Rupert's comment?
No, I didn't.
Aki's popping locks, Jacob's popping cocks.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
I hate y'all.
So, Spacer's Choice is sitting at $60. It includes all the DLC, and it is the next gen version for Series X and S and PS5. We're going to talk about it more next week as you dive into the DLC. But
hopefully,
for now, should we keep an eye on it? Should we stay tuned for the rest of your review? What are your thoughts right now?
Honestly, from what I've already played, and I still haven't finished the game, but from what I've played as is right now, I already think it's worth the price. It is really fun. I do not suggest playing it like I have, where you've played 70 plus hours in like 4 days. Don't do that. Because obviously for me, it stopped being fun after a period of time because I was just stressed. But before that point, I thought it was great. I thoroughly enjoy the game. I thoroughly enjoy the characters. There's a lot of comedic stuff in this and it doesn't feel like they're trying too hard. Like they're not setting up jokes. It's just environmental funnies. And I really like this so far. I am thoroughly enjoying it, and I already think it's worth the price, unless they royally fuck it up somehow, which I don't see them doing, because this game has been consistent as shit this entire time. But unless they royally fuck this up, either for the ending or the DLC or something, this is definitely gonna, buy this. 100% yes. I don't care what it costs, buy it.
Cool. Well, we got one final game to talk about tonight. Wow, you went along with that one.
That's what she said.
Unimime, Unicycle Madness, developed and published by Roflcopter Inc., released June 22nd on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, and PC for $4.99. Become a mime, they said. Riding a unicycle is easy, they said. I don't like them. Unimime is a fun, not so easy to master physics-based balance game. Start your adventure as a simple mime barely able to stay upright. Master the art of unicycling and venture across breakneck flat surfaces, minimal inclines, and pocketbook-sized crates. Jacob, what is going on in Unimime, Unicycle Madness?
So this is actually a port of a game that was previously on mobile. And what it is that you're this mime who's on a unicycle, and you have to make it from point A to point B. Now, if you ever played, if you unfortunately got stuck playing balance a lot, like a year or so ago, then you're already aware of like what kind of physics crap you're in for on this one. Thankfully, the controls are way better on this.
I was gonna say you mentioned balance a lot, and I was like, that game was painful to play.
Yeah, no, like as soon as I got like 1K on that, like I got rid of it.
You were able to get 1K on that?
Yeah, I 1K'd it, I thought.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I got like 2 stages in. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check. But anyway, all right, so the controls are way better for this. And what you're trying to do is just get your mime guy from point A to point B. Which naturally doesn't, like when you're first starting off, it seems pretty easy. And in fact, I was actually wondering if I was just repeating the same level over and over, but no, it's actually because the game is holding your hand and making it so you're going to get used to all the crap that you're going to have to deal with later. And the game reminded me a lot of a dirt bike game I used to play as a kid on the Mac called Dirt Bike 3.1. And it was just, you would just make up these like weird courses and then just have to drive them with your dirt bike and like figure out how you're going to manage the physics on it. This is very much the same way. And after a while, the game is just like, hey, did you know you can jump? Because you're now going to have to deal with it. So there'll be gaps and like you're just like going to end up like going down like really quick hills and having to remember when and where to jump, all the while keeping hopefully completing the objectives of each level, which is like finish it in under like X amount of time, keep your hat on. Crud. What were the other ones? Like there's 2 others like that every level has.
Beat the level,
anyway,
collect the coins, beat it in the time, and beat it without losing your hat.
Yeah. And so honestly, like at first I was like, oh, I could do this. This is no problem. Like without losing my hat. Losing your hat ends up being pretty quick. And eventually you're going to get to levels that are just like, fuck it. I made it to the end. Go me. But yeah, I honestly, I really enjoyed this. Like it's a quick, fun game.
Achievement hunters, stay away.
Yeah.
You have to perfect the game to get
fuck that shit.
Like you got to beat all the time challenges, all the hat challenges. Like this is not going to be an easy 1,000. Balance a lot was like beat the tutorial and you got it. This game is, you got 90 levels. Good fucking luck.
Yep. So honestly, I had a lot of fun with it. It's a very simple yet challenging game. And for $5, I'd recommend it.
I can agree with you. I think it's cheap enough that it deserves a fuck it, why not in my eyes. I'm stopping short of a full-on buy it just because of how frustrating it can be to manage balancing and traveling at the same time. It doesn't seem hard in the real world, but in video games, it's pretty tough. I first saw pictures of this game and I was really, really hoping it was more akin to like Uniracers from the Super Nintendo, where there were like race courses that you're a unicycle on. But instead, it's like Balance a lot, where you got to balance in that. Oh, it's hard.
Kinky Bojangles.
Yeah. But all right, that's it for tonight. We made it through. Thanks to you two for being here, and thanks to Bree for coming on and chatting with us and hanging out and talking and like doing things. Music. What could we play for music?
Play more of your stuff.
No.
I really like listening to you singing, to be honest.
That's because you're insane.
You have a fantastic voice. Shut up.
I have a friend named Chico Ray who did a song called Holy Shit. I kind of want to play just because of the cat shit, but
do it.
I don't want to get in trouble for putting bad words in our titles, or not in our titles, in our write-ups.
What's the name of that song? I've got to know now.
It's called Holy Shit by Chico Ray. I'll play it in the stream, but for normal music, I'll just play
fair enough.
Something. I don't know. Does anyone have any final words? I'll just play music.
Take a fucking. Oh, yeah.
What, Jacob? What was yours?
He just squelched. Oh.
Nothing.
No, apparently not. No.
I can't tell if Jacob's like doing it too quiet and the phone's not picking him up, or if he's being.
Oh, I'm hearing him just fine.
I'm not hearing it at all.
Yeah, he's
You didn't
going,
hear it?
No.
Yeah.
That's all he's
it?
doing.
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh, nuts.
Good.
Oh, well.
It sounded stupid.
You sound stupid.
Yes, I do.
We
Especially
should
when I make the sounds you do.
Good night, everyone.